Former Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen has been in the headlines recently. The 8-term senator now opens up with this exclusive interview with News Channel 8's Wes Small, and this is a story you'll only see on News Channel 8.
Well, here we are with Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen, and I invited her. I saw her about 3 weeks ago, and I begged her, you know what? Give me an exclusive interview, Senator. People have been dying to know what's going on with you. First of all, I know that you have some things to say to the people of the Virgin Islands, and then we'll get into the trial a little bit and to discuss some other topics.
Sure. First of all, thank you, Wes, for the opportunity to continue to be in contact with my people. Finally off of the gag order, and a gag order is where they, through the legal system, where they lock your voice, lock your mouth up, or whatever they will call it as a layman. And I am very grateful to the Almighty God. I'm very thankful to the people of the Virgin Islands, my husband as well, my family, and of course, most importantly, because if it was not for him, I wouldn't be here today. That's my God, and especially his Psalm 91. He gave us the word, the strength, the wisdom. We just don't use it. And if you use it, under any situation, trust me, he will walk you through it, and you will be successful as long as your mind is clean, your heart is pure, and that in fact you are dealing with him by faith, and faith works.
All right. Senator, let's get into the trial about the collection of taxes that you owed. First of all, did you evade taxes? Did you just not pay income taxes?
That may sound that way, but that information is incorrect. I've always paid income taxes through the tax withholding system. I was never charged with tax evasion. I was charged with failure to file. And that means that although I've been paying my taxes, that I must file. The law is the law, and the law requires everyone, regardless of whether you are paying or not paying, to file your taxes, and I shall abide by that. What I believe was unjust is that I'm the only one of the 18,000 plus that the Inspector General report has that has been called forward to go through the legal system. What is required, according not only locally but through the IRS, is that every person who failed to file be contacted, be given 2-3 opportunities. They even can be subpoenaed to respond. I didn't have that due process.
Visiting judge, a judge came down and dissected hundreds of pages of these documents about perjury, and then he even raised his voice in the court. This is public knowledge, and said, "Where's the perjury charges?"
Oh, you're well informed. That's correct. Thank God for Honorable Judge Timothy Savage, a visiting judge that came from the States, and he happens to be white. And some people may say, don't discuss color, but I'm discussing it because it's a reality. Some politicians like to read everything. Some will just glance through certain documents. The same with the court system. This judge read volumes and volumes of court documents. And he said it clearly in the court that if he was here, those things could not even be going through the process. And just after the selection of during the particular trial for the perjury case, he asked the prosecution to respond to some questions. And in short, basically what he told them was he wanted to understand this perjury charge. And I couldn't tell you up to this date what the response was, because the prosecution responded so low that the judge asked him to speak up.
Okay, that was the situation.
Okay, and ultimately, to make the long story short, he told them, listen, I need to see your boss. The boss never came. What came instead was the dismissal of all the pending perjury charges.
How much money are we talking about that you owed? What astronomical figure are we talking about?
Well, there are various calculations.
Yeah.
According to my attorney's calculation, it came up to approximately $2,000.
I'm sorry, how much?
$2,000, according to my attorney's calculation. According to the prosecution's calculation, they came up to about approximately $6,000. But that's not either here nor there. The bottom line is I have to go in there, as I should have done, or they should have requested of me to do from the very beginning. Come in and let's settle this matter. Instead, the judge sent me there now to do the same thing that the BRI should have called me in to do to begin with. And the U.S. attorney should have protected my rights, like every other citizen, to make sure that BRI had given me due process. And if I did not comply, then take me to court. But they did the reverse, but that's okay.
Let me ask you something. You used to be out there when dead bodies were piling up at the morgue under CEO Robinson at Juan Louis. You were there behind the door, right there.
Was it?
Right, I was there too. Potholes in the road, you're there. Red brick problems, sewage problem. I can remember being there, and you were right there. And we were like a team almost. So here's Chucky and Wes.
When they took the property, the rich man took the property from the poor people that pay their monthly payments on the land and estate diamond. I couldn't get no office to assist me in defending those people's right to their property. And this rich man was going with all their properties, but I took it to court. I got two attorneys who were involved in that. There was Attorney Leron and Attorney Amelia Joseph, and those people got back their properties. We didn't even have to go to court.
People still thank you for the hard work you've done. The little people.
Oh, yeah.
They used to call you Little Ruby Rouse.
And Chucky Hansen, I thought that was my godmother.
But meaning that Ruby used to really go after big people to protect little people's rights.
Yeah.
Do you feel, Chucky, that they came after you because it made an example out of you because you're a Virgin Islands senator that worked hard for little people?
I think that is the primary reason. I investigated major cases. As a matter of fact, I was investigating companies that owe the government millions of dollars. And the same people that prosecute me left the U.S. Attorney Office to work for them. You know, and everything's gonna fall in place. Everything takes time, trust me.